Well, it's time to put on the front door to the greenhouse. This is a 36-inch screen door I got from Lowe's. Any big box store will have these. You can see here the dimension. And basically it's just a wood frame with some screen. And I thought, oh, that's a prefab thing. That'll work fantastic. Kind of wish I would have done it on mine, except I wanted mine wide enough to drive a lawnmower through. But anyway, I digress. What I need to do now is create the frame that this door is going to fit onto, plus the frame that the plastic will cover and secure to. So the first way how I'm going about doing it is I'm going to hold it up and I'm going to hold it completely vertical and I'm going to mark each piece of the EMT here. There you go, you can see the mark here and the mark here. Alright, now I take a measuring tape and I measure from over that mark to this mark, and it is about 43 inches. I'm cutting it a little bit long, and I'm going to make a rough cut of a piece of treated 2x4 to place up there. I made a mark 43 inches from the end, and I'm going to cut that with my skill saw right there. You see this here? This is treated, supposed to be 2x8, 2 inch by 8, but of course 2 inch. And lumber is always 1.5 inches, or 4 inches always 3.5 inches. But anyway, this is the trim board, and the purpose of this trim really is to secure the plastic to the structure. So now, as you can imagine, plastic is going to come down and it needs to be secured in some way, and that's the purpose of the wood in the front of the greenhouse. Well, the back too, but it's a dual purpose on the front, because not only does it secure with those 1.5 inch boards here, it also provides a rest for the door, so the door don't go flopping everywhere. It can shut and stay shut. You can see I clamped it in place, and this is a temporary hold, of course, so I can get the measurements and I can make the cut line on both sides. And I took my chop saw and made the cuts. Now I took the mark and I drilled 2 holes using a smaller bit. I'm not sure exactly what size it is, but it's smaller than the screw I'm going to use. And I drilled one here and here, and those are going to fix that piece I just cut. I've got screws in place there and there, as you can see, and now it's time to set that board. And there it is, secure. Show you here that a couple taps with a hammer recess this a little bit. Nice and strong. Looking down the line here, you can see that it's more over this way, which is what we need for the up top up there to line them up. Okay, I've got the door of the greenhouse more or less level, and it's just kind of held there with the clamp so I can make some adjustments. Now I've taken the next area we need to go down to create the left and right side of the doorway, and you can see here that I took a board and marked it. Now I checked it against the other side and it's the exact same on both sides, so I just need to make 2 cuts. So once they're cut to size, we come around and we look up here. They're fixed with 4 screws, both sides. Now we need to put the bottom piece in. It goes from there to there, and the piece that goes from there to there, and the final piece will go from that to there. And we're going to do it just like we did the back, but with framing in the door. First, we'll take a measurement from here to here and cut a piece of wood to fit. And here's the 4 pieces cut. Now I took a measurement from the bottom of the greenhouse right here all the way to the top of the greenhouse. Not the top, but this part of the side of the greenhouse. And I did the same thing over here on the door. And there's my 2 marks for the cutout right there. I also put the cutout from the bottom, and I did it on both sides. And there's the cut pieces, ready for the sides to go in. Here's the frame on the front finished. And you can see areas where I join them together, like here is flat, nothing protruding more or less, because there's going to be a door opening and closing on it. But if you go around to the back side, you can see that I use these 6-inch pieces here to affix 2 pieces of wood together, this one and this one, here and here. Now I didn't do that on the back window because this is going to have a piece that or a cover, a window cover that raises and lowers, and any piece that protrudes is going to get in the way. Now you can see here from this bottom bracket and up here that it is fixed the exact same way as the back side. And there's a screen door put back in place temporarily. It's not on hinges yet, and I've got some things to do with the door, so it's not going to be installed until after the plastic, because the strip that holds the left side plastic is also what the hinges mount onto for the door. As you can see, this bottom board doesn't go all the way across, and that's because I don't want this door, anybody coming through this door, to hit it, or maybe if they're rolling a wheelbarrow or anything through here. But it leaves the wobbly factor to the door opening, and that's what we've got here. We've got the 3/4 inch straps, one in place here, and it's actually on both sides, and a 3/4 inch piece of EMT will go through here and secure it to the ground below. Now it's done there. Over here, it's also done halfway. Sorry about my shadow there on this side, and 2 places on the back, and then again over here. Whenever a 3/4 inch piece of EMT is placed in all these locations, that will keep the greenhouse in place. Alright everybody, this concludes video 5, part 5 of the greenhouse build greenhouse giveaway.